Like if we go way back and actually want to talk about the art of making a mixtape, it could be broken out in so many different ways. You know, you had the dual cassette decks where you could go tape to tape. You had the option to record right off the radio as well. That was fantastic. Tape to tape, you're borrowing tapes from friends. Sometimes it's an OG release, so it's theirs from their personal collection. Sometimes you're getting a second generation recording or a dub, third generation dub, fourth generation dubs, anytime that it's getting recorded from the OG to blank tapes, you're going to run into quality issues each time, additional hiss, and it's just not going to sound as clean. But those are the different ways. What I'm going to be talking about here is tape to tape on a dual cassette boombox. So then it comes down to, okay, I'm ready to make a mixtape. And then we got to go to, all right, what blank tapes are you going to use? Different price points, different quality, the look of the overall packaging, the look of the overall tape. I mean, all of that needed to be taken into account. And to me, the best cassettes for me, it's these right here, the Maxell XL290s. You know, buy it in a 7 pack. I think they had more than that, but I mean, just this guy right here listening to his music, 7 whole cassettes, 90 minutes, 7 times 90. What is that? 420 minutes of music that you can put on these. My math might be off, but yeah, of course we got to rip one of these open, but I'm not going to do this. This is legit. So, I mean, I have some different ones here. I like collecting some of this stuff here. I mean, Maxell, another one. The UR90 was fire, but this one right here, the Maxell XL2, ideal for CD, just clean as a whole. But if I'm gonna make a mixtape in 2025, it's gonna have to be with this, right? Wow. Quality. Come on. Stickers you can write on to label your tape all day. And of course you got to write all the songs down right here and here. You might not have enough space. You got to be careful. What is the name of your mixtape? Come on, you got to have that. And what do you want to do in here? You got more action here. Maybe you do a little bit of artwork. Maybe you have your own liner notes. There are just options, options, options. Here we go, making a mixtape. All right, 90 minutes to work with. 90 minutes to work with. And you just put your own touch on this. 90 minutes to work with, 45 minutes per side. Songs back in the 90s, let's just call it 3 to 5 minutes per song. Let's use 4 minutes as an average, 45 to you're gonna have 10 songs. 10 songs per side. Maybe you have a little intro in there, maybe you have a skit. And then it's really the art of the mixtape. How do you roll with your mixtape? Do you want the bangers in there? I don't want the bangers. I want the deeper cuts. The way that I used to roll, I mean, let's take an artist like E40. E40 on a mixtape, if I'm making an E40 mixtape, it's going to be nothing but E40 songs on a mixtape, maybe even features that he had. But if I'm making like a compilation style mixtape, if I have E40 on there, I'm having him on there once. I'm not having him repeat. Maybe as a feature, maybe if it's an obscure song, obscure posse track, but E40 once, because I want to show off a lot of different artists. I want to have songs on there maybe you haven't heard. If it is a mixtape that I was going to give to a friend so he can listen in his car, I want to have him press play and go like, whoa, I've never heard this before, and then come back to me and say, that was fire. And then the good stuff. I mean, back in the mid 90s, making a mixtape, I didn't have a lot of cassettes to work with, but now, like, I got plenty. So we're talking about the overall vibe of the cassette. I was never the one to mix up different genres on a cassette, never, unless it was a mixtape for a girl. Um, I wouldn't want like some underground hip hop and some gangster rap on the same thing. Like I'm trying to have a whole vibe, at least ride through the first side. Maybe you can have a story from like side A to side B, but on this one, let's just go dope 90s hip hop. That's what we're rolling with on this dope 90s hip hop. And then from there, I don't even know where I'm going on this, but let me just start looking at the cassettes and then see what happens. I'm not going to keep it just like Cali hip hop. I'm probably going to go all over with this, but I mean, right out the gate, you got to have a little Cypress Hill in the mix, right? So let me put that off to the side. I mean, I like this up top coming from the sky. A little Black Star. Definitely some cuts on here. Yep, I see this one. I see you. I see you. Mobb Deep, Hell on Earth. We got to have that in the mix. So right now we're at 3 songs. We're saying we're going to do 10 songs per side. Oh, man. How about a little KMD? Maybe some Peach Fuzz. I don't know. KMD. We're at 4 tracks. All right, I'm going to speed it up now here. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. You do, right? Probably. Like I'm passing up Biggie. Man, this is where it gets hard. What to include? All right. I got to just go get some of the cassettes and then come back your way when I have 20 cassettes.
Diggable, Dell, Beatnuts, right here, well, Jungle Brothers. It Was Written, 93 Till Infinity, KMD as mentioned before, Mobb Deep, Black Star, Cypress Hill. I think that's 10.
And I didn't have a deck like this back in the day. I mean, we were talking a boombox that I had, but the boomboxes that I have right now are not dual cassettes. So I just want to give you the actual feel. So, boom, boom. And this needs to be serviced right now, but here we go. Okay. You got your main cassette in here right now. So let me get that diggable. We're going to go diggable track 1. Again, it needs work. So we got diggable on the first deck right here. Then on the second deck, we're going to put our mixtape in, okay? Or our blank tape. So let's open that up. See, that opens way better, okay? Side A, we're going to close it. You know, and then you're thinking, okay, I got diggable. What track am I going to play off this? And this is where you had to have just good memory. And so I'm going Pacifics. So Pacifics, you'd have to look on side A. Okay, it's song 2. Then you'd have to get this going over to song 2. You know, fast forwarding, rewinding. Then over here on the blank cassette, I mean, you're not going to start just right from the start. You got to give it like, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds maybe. And then once you have this track lined up and you got it where you want here, then boom, it's play, record the whole song, then boom, you got one song on your blank cassette. Then it's time to get this cassette out, get the next one in, and you're rolling every single one. So if you have 10 songs on side A, it's a minimum 45 minutes just to play the actual songs and get it here. Then you're lining things up on this side. If you're writing the song, oh yeah. I mean, you got to write the songs down on the cassette. That's time in there. I mean, do you realize how much time it took to make a mixtape back then? Crazy. You know, I'm not going to sit here for the whole thing and show you every little step along the way. So let's fast forward a little bit. You're picking your favorite songs, you're putting them on side A of the cassette. Then you're finding an additional 10 cassettes, maybe 11 cassettes, maybe 9 cassettes, and you are trying to fit all of the songs perfectly on a mixtape with enough filler or gap in between each song. You don't want it to have you don't want to have it be too long or else you're going to lose the listener. You just want it to have it flow good. Okay. So we're looking for 20 tracks, 18 to 22 tracks with some fire hip hop that's going to go on here. And then you got to have everything fit on that. I mean, if you mess up with the writing, oh my God. I mess up with the writing, I'm throwing it away. I have to get a brand new cassette and it's just a slippery slope. But when you execute a mixtape and the handwriting's fire, the name of the mixtape is fire, your labels are fire, and then the music is fire, mixtape's fire. Three is a magic number. Yes, it is.
Your favorite rapper, baby mama benefactor. A magnetic personality, but never been attractive. Ugly than a motherfucker. Plus they say I'm weird too. Game of Thrones on microphones, I sing a song and slay a quick 6-syllable assemblement and a number flow. I'm killing it. Scribble riddles over instrumentals with a pen and pencil, something brilliant. Leave you hurting, quit your blurbing. I spit that verbiage, legend urban. I'm introverted while I'm working, man. Go kick the curtain, reach them in the pyramids. Them my roots. They pillage villages for this gift primitives. Have no clue. Omnipotent been our rules like how machines compute. I'm soaring in a DeLorean, ghost riding the roof. Like zoom, zoom, 3 juice. Never been one to run from a rumble. How did a fish squeeze, holy and humble? Juggernaut giant, king of the jungle. Towers of Babylon, watching them crumble. Melancholy, malevolent smile. Dealing with the deeds of a devil's child. Head of the pack, bred in the wild. Hit them all up with a hell of a style. 3MG with a team with a dream and its currency is currently crypto and flip those in case of an emergency. World's a mess. For the sands of time, I'm an amenity, reverence, members, inherited, riding miracle shaman, mobbing, I've been on the road, hopping in and out of town, globe trotting, heavy as a head when visions have a sit, guide you on a caravan.
At the end of the day, you got 90 minutes of music that you love, that you want to put together. It's like you're the record label. You put it all together, you give it to your friends, you have the chance to impact people's lives with the music that you put down. And it's a lot like the rappers, the producers, the artists that we love. They're all dope, but there was just something to that curator, whether it be a DJ, the mixtape maker, or really anybody that's involved with the culture and spreading dope hip hop, that I just thought was dope. The art of making a mixtape, 20 songs, fire, something to listen to in your Walkman. Y'all still making mixtapes? No? Why don't you try it sometime? Because it's dope. All right. Peace.